Inglorious, how are we doing, Bat? Shaky Blakey, how's things? Yeah, I've just got all some lead, so I'm going to break them down into little ingots. It makes life easier for me when I'm up in the shed. How you doing, Dano? So what I do, guys, I got a Yorkshire pudding tin, and I make up little ingots out of it. Just makes life a little bit easier then you come to smelting. It's all there ready and done. As I said, guys, the door is open by here, so I've got a massive opening. I got my gloves. Obviously I've got normal glasses on. Right, let's get some gas. Why is it doing that then? Mr. Walkley? Everybody knows what I meant. Right. Let's see if I can get the chat up on here then. Wi-Fi. Evening, Mr. Glover. As I said, guys, just sorting out some bits and bobs so we've got lead ready for when we want it. How's everyone's year been so far, guys? Me drink, me munchies. Just getting myself ready, guys, and I'll be with you. Hang on. So I've just got a little bit of lead in the pot already, guys. That's ready for the fresh lead that's going to be going in there now. Let's see if I can get you on this phone. Wi-Fi. There we are. Connect. I've got 20 kilos of some lead behind me. Let's see if I need that. Can you see me all right with just this backlight, guys? Thanks for joining in, guys. Said just to get up here, break the lead down already. Saves me a couple of jobs when I come to smelting it next time then. You're live. Are we connected, guys? Can you hear me all right? Can you give me a thumbs up if you can? So why is it not giving it to me? Oh my God. Yep. Just said, guys, did loads of pieces of lead. I picked up about 20 kilos this week. The local lad selling some off. Loads of offcuts. So we're going to get all this smelted down, take the slag off it, and then work on things from there. So as I said, I do have plenty of ventilation. So for anyone who's just come in, I've got a door wide open by here. And we're just smelting it down. Why aren't you connecting to the Wi-Fi up here then? So how's everyone? Let's see what this chat is saying. How's Hakin fishing? And it fished all right. It's a bit hit and miss down there. But that's fishing all around here at the moment. We went down to Barry a couple of nights ago and Swansea, and it was absolutely shocking. Thing. And see why this hasn't connected. Back online, right. Let's see if it will. No, it's not loading. Is this this stream coming through all right to you guys? I'm buffering a lot. Right, I'm going to try switching it to my mobile data. Right, I've gone over to my mobile data. I think the Wi-Fi has been unplugged in the kitchen. Hotspot. Right, let me know if you've got me, guys. Yep. Is that better, Paul? Right, yeah, showing on my phone now. Right. So let's go into me, you, and it should show me live. Live. There we are. There we are. And how we doing? Miss Jones, Stuart, Shaky Blakey, Mr. Glover, Mr. Walkley, Chuck, Keith, and Dano. Whew, slightly cold out here. A lot of dirty lead, guys. And problem is when you're picking it up and odds and sods, you don't get the cleanest of lead. But that's what you call the slag, or the dross, whatever you want to class it as. That's your impurities coming off the lead. Right, let's get back. So I said we got Dano, we got Shaky, we got Chuck, Real Seal Fishing, we got Paul Walkley, Paul Glover, Miss Joan, Ant. Let's see what I'm missing, or if I'm missing anything. So I said the setup. There is a video on the channel of how I do all this, guys. I've got a little camp stove down by here. Runs off those bottles. Some wheat crunchies. And did you get out fishing on the weekend? Slightly cold, Ant. I think we're down to about 8 degrees at the moment. Yeah, I'm waiting for my car, parts for my car to turn up. My car's off the road. The brakes back, they've seized basically. So Waiting on parts to turn up, the calipers to turn up, the brakes are here. Just waiting on the calipers now to arrive. That's my first bit of lead smelted, so we're going to pour these into some ingots. That's just outside the door, guys, so I'll be back now, 2 minutes. So they're just cooling down outside. It's always worth a try, Gareth. You can never say you are, but you never know around here. Oh. Right. They should have set by now, and then we'll show you what we got. So this is what I like to do, guys. I make them down into little ingots. I've tapped them out outside, they'll dry out, and then I'll go again. I've also got a bucket of old leads as well. Don't know if you can see that, but that's the steam coming off my gloves. You're safe on that, casters. Sorry Miss Joan, hope he gets well soon. But yeah, I just do this. I prefer to have ingots ready. It saves me messing around later on, then I can just drop the ingots in and I've got fresh clean legs to go straight away. Get an hour or two up the shed, do your prep, and when you come to doing your moulds then, straightforward work. We tried the nap the other day, casters, absolute shocking. 5 hours, not a bite. And then we went down to the Mumbles and nothing there either. 25 anglers, 1 white in court. About 30-35 rods in the water. Yeah, Milford, you'll always pick something up, give or take, at Milford. It was a last second thing, Matt. Otherwise, I would have sorted something out, buddy, and I would have met you down there. But I had a phone call off Chelsea and Dave about 7, half 7 in the evening. Said, do you want to go? They wanted to go Chesil. So it was a possibility that we could have ended up in Chesil, but we went with Barry, and then we went from Barry back to Swansea. And lucky we only done that because I said the calipers seized on my car. So I'm waiting on the parts to arrive. Yeah, I said we went down at Thursday or Friday. Friday evening we went down there. I said, there was Mr. Gubber, how are we doing? There was me, Chelsea, Dave, nobody else there fishing. And it was a nice night, but poor fishing. I said calipers went on the car, then to top it off I had the star drag on the Fathom Casting Special giveaway, so I've had to order a replacement for that. So lucky I always carry a spare reel, so I had the 525 Mag 4, which was kindly donated to the channel by you guys and Peter G. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of days. So I've ordered the new brakes, brake pads, brake discs and the calipers for the car. Just waiting on the calipers to turn up now so we can get the car back on the road. We can get the fishing wagon up and running. How are we doing, Peter? This is melting down nicely. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, Peter. Hope you get out and wet a line, buddy. Up the shed. Grab some sweeties. What are they charging for scrap lead down your way, Matt? Some people trying to sell it on Facebook for like £3 a kilo up here. I managed to get it £1 a kilo, Matt. But I could only get 20 kilos. And I mean acquiring it the legal way, Matt. We don't want the church roof springing a leak at this time of the year. How's Josh's little one doing? Jamie B, how are we doing, brother? Had a lot of dross, slag, whatever you want to call it, coming off this. It's not the cleanest of lead, but beggars can't be choosers. Ask no questions, tell no lies, innit, Matt? That's the old saying around our neck of the woods down south. Ask me no questions, I'll tell thee no lie. There was a lad selling a load of scrap. He wanted 50 quid for it originally, and I was like, no chance. I said you've got about 15 kilo, give or take there. In the end, I gave him 15 quid and it cost, I think there was 19 kilo there. So 19, 20 kilos. Should be used to that then, Matt. They don't stay little long enough, do they, Matt? Excuse me. But I said, Matt, and it all depends on if the parts turn up for my car. Because they're seizing at the moment. Every time I'm driving, it's like it's a struggle to pull off. So, and you can just hear the brakes grinding. So I'm waiting on parts. I've got most of them here, but I'm waiting on the calipers. What do you mean, might, Paul? It's the weekend. You're not at the caravan. Excuse me. I was going for another pack of Skittles. How's Chloe anyway, Paul? Tell you what, for such a little camp stove, it's melting this lead down easy. I'd never believe that, Paul. Chloe, cheeky. What's that? No fishing for me. Oh, Peter, I'm sorry to hear that. As you know, the inbox is always open, Peter. Anytime you want to chat, buddy. Sending all our thoughts and prayers to you, Peter, buddy. Yeah, somebody put a post up. They fished the Nap about 12 hours the other day, and I think they had one blonde on the last cast. We'll try to get out for you soon, Peter, and we'll have a fish for you, buddy. Joe, how we doing, buddy? JC. Joe, I've got a massive opening, 4 foot by 5 foot, right by here. Yeah, GG Guiding had one, didn't he? A small spotted, small thornback. But somebody pulled a spur dog off there a couple of nights ago as well. A nice size as well, double figure. Right, just going to pour some more of this lead out. I'm just making the ingots at the moment. I'm smelting them down into this, Joe. So I've got scrap lead. I'm just processing it down into the ingots so it's ready. Loads of scrap lead. And then, like you've seen when I come up to Liverpool, I make the 6-ounce ones. Have I got any in here? I make the little pyramid ones, 2, 3 and 4 ounces of these. I've got the breakaway distance legs. I've got 5-ounce DCAs. All the other ones are in the car at the moment. Oh, hang on. Yeah, that's one line. It's not. Yeah, but I make a selection of different leads. Yep. Liquid grub or actually grub mat? As I said, Joe, I've got the 5-ounce, 6-ounce, 7-ounce DCAs, and I've got the 5, 6, 7-ounce of the breakaway distance leads. that light off. I was going to order some of the stuff to see how it works, but I haven't got any as of yet. So yeah, I've got they're the 5-ounce DCAs. I've got new ones here somewhere I had for Christmas. Then I've got all the pyramid ones I can make. Then there's the 7-ounce DCAs. That's the 6-ounce breakaway distance. And I've got the 5s and 7s as well. Yeah, well, keep your head up, Peter. As said, you're not alone, buddy. We're all here for you. If you need a chat about anything, or you just want a live, give me a message, and if I can sort it out, we'll get a live up and we can all have a chat. As I said, you're never alone, buddy. They're the different brands of molds. That's all they are. Different companies make different molds. So obviously you've got the Gemini ones. There we are. So they're made by Gemini. Then you've got different ones that are made by DCA. Then you've got ones made by Breakaway. You've got Breakaway dumpy leads. You've got distance leads. Just all different types of manufactured companies. That's all it is, Stu. Then obviously, as I said, you got your different weights. I do 5, 6, 7s. Here somewhere. Somewhere being the preferable word. But they are up here. Sharksmith Angling, how we doing, brother? Maybe in the other shed. I'll go have a quick look. Back now, 2 minutes. pound them. So I've been stacking up on some of the camera gear. I keep breaking the buggers. Go back out. Right. Jamie, how are we doing? So yeah, there's another DCA. Not sorry, they're the breakaway distance ones. So that's the 5 ounce. So I've got them in 5, 7 and a 6. They're a very good mould. I've had no issues with them since I've had them. I had these off my wife and daughter for Christmas because they're not the cheapest. I think they're about 50-60 quid for a set. So yeah, that's the 7 ounce breakaway distance ones. If anybody is interested in any of these, let me know and I've got a link and I can drop a link for them where you can get them. Yeah, but that's how they come. How you doing, Chloe? Yeah, we've got a couple more bits of lead left for there to melt. As I said then, this is what the final product will look like. So that's just pure, clean ingots, ready to be just dropped in and melted down then. I've got a nice pile of them. I've probably got about 50 sat down in front of me. And we'll probably get another... Oh, what are we looking at? And we've just poured 28 as well, so yep, it does the job. It does the job, John. As I was always taught, want not, waste not, or waste not, want not. So reuse, repurpose. I picked that tin up in the charity shop, cost me 50p. So it's ideal for making the ingots that I want to make. So that's what I use, JC. This is just kept purely up in the shed for doing my ingots. And as I do the cooking, I know what ones are mine for in the house. That's it. You haven't noticed? I've got some, let's show you here now. I've got some steel filing cabinets by here. So it'll go back in there when I finish, so I know where things are. Don't get misplaced. So I've got 2 star drags on order from Black Dog Tackle, ready to put one on the casting special and one as a backup then, just in case anything happens again. And so I got plenty of the things, and that's Paul knows, because I was up in Liverpool not so long back. That is full of leads as well. I've got another bucket full of them done. Hey, you make sure, Chloe, all I want is a picture of your first catch. Doesn't matter what it is, get that picture of your first catch to me. Chloe had a brand new spinning rod off me just before Christmas when we went up there in November, as a thank you to Paul. So a nice HTO spinning rod. Well, hopefully, Paul, as I said, it's a nice rod. It's a HTO rod. She should be able to pull a nice couple of fish in on that rod. It was brand spanking new. Least I could do, as I said, every time I go up to Liverpool, Paul puts me up for the night, feeds me, waters me. The least I could do is just say thank you. As I said, it costs nothing to have manners and graciousness and show appreciation. As I said, same to all you guys. I'll always thank you. Mr. C, how we doing? I said, without you guys tuning in and watching the videos, there wouldn't be a channel, so always appreciate and respect your subscribers. Because I said, without you guys, there wouldn't be a channel. JC, I normally do. It's just on the Saturday night, we crash at Paul's, we go back, we have a kebab, 5 or 6 Guinnesses. In Paul's case, maybe 10. I think I give in at 8. But yeah, I don't mind that. When the back's not playing up. As Paul will tell you, I've crashed in the car many a time. And I'll either be up there November, late November, early December this year, I believe. Is it, Paul? Is that what we were talking about? Because every time that we tried to plan it so we look for the cold weather snap. But it's just been so back to front recently. Every time I've gone, it's always been a week or 2 later we've had that cold snap. So then we push it back a fortnight or we push it back another week. And it don't come. So we got to figure this one out for this year. Yeah, I know that, Paul, but you know me. I said it's a 5.5 hour drive one way, so I want to get in as much fishing as I can. Yeah, and to said, if you're free, I go up on the Thursday night and I come back, well, this year I come back on the Monday night. Yeah, as you know, Steve, you've been in a few times when I've done these. I'm just melting the lead down, turning it from dirty scrap lead into ingots, ready for when I want to make some weights. Then I've got the ingots ready. I'll show you some of the fresher ones that I've just made. There we are, guys, that's just come out of the mould. Fresh little ingots. I said at the moment we've done 28 of them tonight. I've probably got close to 50 down on the bench in front of me. I said it's just a cheaper way of keeping the sport down, because you go to a shop, you're buying a 6-ounce lead, 7-ounce lead, you're paying best part of anything from 150 to 230 for a lead. So JC, ask Paul. I'm the same. I've got a bucket in the car and it's full. I said we try to make our own rigs. It is, Ant. I said some put the brake pads itself are fine. It's just the calipers. 153,000 miles on those calipers, so you can't go wrong on that. It is, Steve. At the end of the day, it's, as I've always said, fishing can be as cheap or as expensive as you want to make it, but it's like I said, you're talking now, say there's 50 quid, so there's 50, oh that's a different one, 50, 100, 150, then the other ones are 30 quid a pop, so you're talking there's nearly 200 quid just spent on moulds. But in the long run, you buy 50 weights, that's the cost of the moulds. So the moulds aren't cheap, but then what you can reap back by making them yourself, you save quite a bit of money. Sorry guys, trying to get all the slag off it. Yeah, no worries Steve, thanks for tuning in buddy. Oh, 100%, and as I said, you're talking, I've probably got, with all the other moulds, I've got best part of 250 quid worth of moulds. But as I said, you make 50 leads, there's 100 quid. 100 leads, there's your money back. So, as Paul knows, every time I come up to Liverpool, I'll make a batch up. The boys have them off me for cheap. I mean cheap. So, it's not as doing them as a business, it's just something to keep my costs down, I should say. they look all right, Ant. I've heard some mixed reviews on them, to be honest, so I don't know. Obviously I haven't bought them myself. Some people saying that they're quite flimsy, so I said that's only going by hearsay of what I've read. But yeah, they look a good idea. Have you actually bought them yourself yet, Ant, or is it just from what you've seen yourself? My main reason I do 6 and 7s, John, is we're right on the Irish Sea, and the currents around here are huge. So 5-ounce gripper is the minimum I use around here. You fished hobs, haven't you, Ant? I haven't bought one, no, Ant. I know somebody put on Facebook about it, just saying how it's, because I think they're 3D printed, aren't they? You haven't fished hobs, Ant? I thought you and Stuart fished hobs. Ah, right. I said I don't know much about them, Ant. I've seen them, but somebody was saying they were a bit flimsy. I don't know how much of that is true, but I'm just going by what I've read, so I can't actually put a passing comment on it to say it is or it isn't. Someone was saying that little bracket that you screw into the box and then you slide that on, he was saying that was quite flimsy. But I'm only going by what I've read. So I'm not knocking the product at all because I've not used it to be able to see. What's the prices on them, Ant? Is it a full setup or do you buy them individually? Excuse me. There we are, we're up to 38 ingots made so far. Andrew, how are we doing? Andrew, I fished there early hours Saturday morning. There was 25 anglers and one whiting caught by the time I left. But yeah, nailed it. It was, well, we went down to Barry Island first and we fished the Nab Rock, the Nab. And then we went to Nab Rock on the Mumbles. Said poor. Not a bite between the three of us. Well, I had a bite, but nothing of it come of it. It's got stripped. But one pin whiting between 25 anglers over 6-7 hours. I know, it's shocking. And you would have thought after those storms, the fish would have been on feed, but nothing. We went down there. Bear in mind, we didn't have any worm baits with us, but we had bluey, we had squid, we had mackerel, we had what else? Sand eel, bluey, squid, mackerel. There was another bait that we had with us as well. Oh, sardines. Nothing. I think there was one little pin whiting caught on some ragworm. I said, if you are tuning in, guys, I'm not smelting in a confined space. Oh, king prawns were the other one I had. I've got a massive opening by here where the door is, so there's plenty of air coming into the shed. Yeah, king prawns was the other thing I had as well, and not a snippet. Andrew, as I said, I've had stuff off there, as Paul knows. I don't know if Paul Walkley's still in here, if he's had to shoot, but yeah, I've had plenty of stuff off there and not had an issue with it. Saying that, there's some little bits and bobs that I've got for doing some odds and sods around the house off Temu. There's that waterproof tape off Temu. I got crocodile clamps. I got a mixture of different size O-rings. I've got a cooker shield, that's off Temu as well. Yeah, I've had a fair bit. I've got coats, fishing equipment off there, and it's all been good. So don't get me wrong, you can get some cheap tacky stuff off there, but you can also pick up some decent stuff off there. No, Ant, because the car's off the road. Yeah, I said I've had loads. I've got more stuff. I've had swivels off there. I've had imps off there. I've had loads of different stuff, and they've all worked perfectly fine. I've had imps, I've had swivels, I've had hooks, I've had braid off there. And it's all been perfectly fine. I've had pliers off there for fishing. I've had braid snips off there as well. I've had the orange waterproof fishing containers. I've had them off there. I've had a waterproof coat off there. I've had fishing gloves off there. All work perfectly fine. I said if Mr. Glover's still in here, he'll vouch for it, because I took some of the stuff with me up to Liverpool that I bought, and nothing wrong with it whatsoever for the price. If you're happy enough to wait, you can't go wrong. Well, there we are. That light in the background, that's off Temu, and as Mr. Glover will vouch, or Hakan if he's here, or Joa, we used that in Liverpool and it worked fine. As said, Paul, that was the light, one of them. I got 2 of those off Temu as well. As you can see, it's lighting up the shed in here perfectly fine for us to do a live. So Kojak, how are we doing, my man? Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in, Kojak. At the moment, we're just making some lead ingots. I'm smelting down some scrap lead that I got hold of. Making ingots. Ready to make some DCA, not DCA, these are the breakaway distance moulds. These are the 7-ounce ones from Breakaway. I said if anybody is interested in any of this stuff, I'm not affiliated with it, I paid for it, but I have got links to their website or eBay. You can get them off as well. I said if anybody is interested in the setup that I use, there's a video in the channel on how to make lead weights at home, keeps the costs down, and it shows you the equipment that I use. Said I've got my gloves, which were sent to me by well, they weren't sent to me, I had a donation off Mr. Peter G, and we bought these. Relentless cherry. We've got the pump from DSB bait pumps. Cracking bait pump. If you're looking for one, guys, go check him out. Excuse me. We got 13 in the chat still. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hakan, just the man we were speaking about. I'm sure we can sort something out, Hakan. We were just talking about Temu, Hakan. Kayak Dangler, how are we doing, my man? How was your session the other night? I said Hakan's had a couple of bits off Temu as well, he seems pretty happy with. I said, guys, I am smelting lead, but there's an opening right by here. It's about 5 foot, 5 foot high. It comes to there, and it's about 4 foot wide. The whole area but there is an opening. So don't worry about smelting lead in a confined space, because I'm not. The in between that picture wasn't at Hobbs. It wasn't caught there, Ant. He caught that in the river, but it wasn't at Hobbs. Mr. Connolly, if that's the one you're on about. I just come up to the shed, it's out of the way. No accident's going to happen in the house. No breaking the cooker with lead falling on it or something. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Paul. Yeah, and if you look at the two pictures, one picture he's got his beanie hat and his head torch on, and then the other picture he's in different clothing and he's got a baseball cap on. He moved to Hobbs to take that picture. People are very secretive about their marks around this neck of the woods, and very rare they take a picture where they've caught their fish. Mr. W will vouch for that. JC, it doesn't work like that around here with a lot of the anglers. They'll hide their marks, they'll black out their pictures, they'll make sure they're just taking the fish a picture of the floor to hide their marks purposely for that reason, because you put a picture of a cod up somewhere and all of a sudden the next night there's 20 anglers down there. I'm 30 minutes away, Hakan. 35 minutes. I'd say, JC, you ask 50 anglers where you caught a fish around here, and 45 of them will tell you a complete different mark. So around the corner from there it was, and basically where Burton Jetty is on the other side. Yeah, Hakan, as always, buddy, I'll catch up with you. You know that. Same as when you come down, we caught up at Borth. Yeah, Pendine's just down the road from it, Hakan. So if you come down, I can take you there one night. No, Hakan, no. They're in the car. And just smelting all this down so it's ready for the next batch. As you know, I had some new moulds for Christmas off the wife and the daughter. Yeah, there's a gilt head bream mark down at the power station. Paul knows that mark. Well, he knows of it. But then you can pick them up off Saundersfoot, you can pick them up off Tenby if you're lucky, if they're there. Well, I get, what, about 54 miles per gallon at the moment out of it. Yeah, it's autocorrect, JC. I'll change it later. So there we are. The last lot of the 20 kg is in the pan now. And then I'll let you know how many ingots we got out of 20 kg. Oh, we know why that is, Paul. You're a bit happy-footed, aren't you, on the right-hand side? Yeah, the tran's not too bad. But I said it'll be better now once I've taken half the weight out. There is that part of it, but once those back brakes are sorted, it'll be flying again. It's just had an oil change and a service, so just need the brakes and the calipers to be fixed. I'll give you that one then, Paul. I'll give you that one. Is that rock mark that you went to, Paul? You and Robson? Just stacking up the ingots, guys. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 38. So far we've made 60 ingots, so and we've probably got another 10 or 15 ingots to melt down as well, so give or take, JC. I'll give you a quick show. That's the ingots that I've smelted today. So there's all those there, some more out there, and I got that there, and I'm smelting some more down now. So it's probably equivalent to about another 100 weights here. Oh, excuse me. So in total we'll probably have about 70-75 ingots out of 20 kilos. So do the 19 kilos, 19 and a bit. So you do the math. The time you take some of the dross out of it. You probably lost a kilo, kilo and a half, maybe 2 kilos in dross. So you're probably talking about 17 kilos. Yep, no worries, Hakan. Thanks for popping in. I'll speak to you another time, buddy. Did you want me to have a look around for a 7 foot and see what price I can find? What's the cheapest you found so far, Hakan? And it's the 7 foot you want, yeah? One piece? Because you can get it in a 7 foot with extension legs. Mine's just a 7 foot straight through. With the adjustable legs. Yeah, I think they're about 79 quid, I think. It's the cheapest I've seen. But I'll have a look. See what I can find. And it's the super match, yeah? Oh, what happened there? They didn't load it, or what, Hack? Or did it get misplaced? What happened? You can't leave without telling us that. Come on, Hack, before you go, give us the info. Can't just say your rod rest is still in Port Ventura and not tell us what's happened. I had mine from my 7-foot from Angler's Corner in Llanelli, and that was a reasonable price at the time. What have I had that now? 2 years. But I'll have a look online and see. It's not for me, it's for Hakan. So, because he knows what I'm like, I search the web high and low to find the cheapest price. But yet they flew it out there perfectly fine, Hakan. It's bonkers, Hakan. But they flew it all out there perfectly fine. They didn't charge you any more to fly out there, but they wanted to charge you to bring it back. Or is it the fact that you'd purchased stuff and you were overweight? I'd put a report in. I'd report it to the airport. See if they'd reimbursed you the cost of your stand. I'd explain that. You didn't charge me to take it out there, but you wanted to charge me to bring it back. But it depends what it's worth to you in your time, Hakan. guys. Empty. And we'll count up and I'll tell you how many we got. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And 20. $40. There we are, guys. So just short of 20 kilos of lead and I got 78 ingots. Yep, no worries, Paul. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I said we'll catch up once the car's on the road. Yeah, good night, Hakan. Yeah, so there we are, 20 kilos of lead, guys, and it gave me 78 ingots. So 19.4 kilo. So that's not bad going. So you're talking that's probably about 100 weights, give or take. Right. There's 5, 2 in a row. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. There's a half one there and a half one there. So that takes it to 78. I've still got all that to go through. I've got all that there, and that's some of the dross. So if anybody's good at maths, work that out and it'll tell you how much an ingot is. So 19.4 kg, and there's 78 ingots cut of it. yeah, we'll have a look. Anchor said, I don't know what's going on as of yet, but we'll see, buddy. We'll see. I don't know what's planned for at home. Yeah, but 78 ingots we got, so all clean, ready for the next melting session. I think it works out roughly about that. 19.4 kg. So 684.315. 684.315. $684.315 divided by 78, is it? 78. That's saying 8.77 ounces. That's not right. No chance. Yeah, JC, it's give or take around there. I think last time I measured one, it was about 2.2, 2.4. So, but yeah, that's the process I go through. There we are, guys. I'll show you what I use now. So I've got you here. So I've got a thick bottom pan and a camping cooker. I use that for getting my dross out, and then it goes into there. So it goes from that into there then, and then re-smelt that to make my molds. Right, what's the time now? Right, well, it's 10 past 10, guys, so we'll call that one there. Well, we'll give it 10 more minutes because I'm waiting for the ingots to cool down by there. Let's tip them out. Let them cool down. Yeah, JC, that's why it all goes into there. So whatever's left, because there's like small pieces that come off, they'll get re-melted down. I'll re-thing it all. at the end of the day, as I said, these are leads that are for me, so I'm not thinking about them being shiny and bright because they're not for sale. %left on the power bank, so I'll take them in and charge them up as well. Exactly, JC. Exactly, buddy. For me, it's about saving as much money as I can. And where I can. The price of bait at the moment is going up and up. Price of terminal tackle is going up. So it's about saving what you can when you can. It isn't. It's like you're talking 10 sand eels. I think anything from 350 to 450 a pack. A pack of mackerel is 350 to £4 a pack, depending on where you go. It's silly money. Oh, excuse me. Like I said, we're all trying to save a couple of pennies here and there where we can. It's like you're talking a pack of wires now for leads, 200 wires, you're talking nearly 15 quid. And because obviously I buy the 1.5 gauge, so I don't buy the cheaper ones. And when I say 1.5 gauge, that's the 1.5 gauge wires, guys. So you get them in 1.2, 1.5, so they're the thicker, stronger wires. And I said like 200 of those are nearly 15 quid. Then you've got to add your loops into it as well, depending on what loops you go with. 100 of them are about a tenner. So it all adds up. What one's that, Kojak? Gemini for what now, buddy? The wires, no. I picked them up off on eBay. They're just a standard 1.5 mil gauge wire. Yeah, no worries, Andrew. As I said, I've just ordered some parts for my reel. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I've just ordered some new star drags for the casting specials. 2 of them is 20 quid. Yeah, it's getting expensive. Good night, Paul. Time you look at spare parts for maintenance on the reels, relining, spooling, everything, yeah, it adds up pretty quick. It's part and part of fishing, isn't it? So try to keep costs down as and where you can. Yeah, it's an auto cracked thing, Dave. Changed it when I was writing it. I didn't notice, so I'll edit it after. We had 19.4 kg of lead, and we got 78 ingots out of it. How's things going with the boat, Dave? How was the fishing? It's been slower. Well, we went down to Barry Friday night, not a bite, and then we went down to the Mumbles, 25 people there, one whiting. Hey Bob, how are we doing? There was a cracking spur dog caught up Puffball Pier the other night. How are we doing, Finn? Welcome to the channel, buddy. Hey, don't blame you, Dave. As long as you're just getting out and enjoying your fishing, that's all that matters, buddy. And I said we went down to the Nap on Friday, fished that for about 5 hours, not a snip. All the baits were coming back in clean, untouched, I mean. Then we went down to the Mumbles, fished there for several hours, nothing. And my calipers seized on the car, so I've had to order all the parts for it. Nice, Dave. So yeah, I'm waiting on the calipers to turn up for the car. I've got the brakes and the drums here. I've got the winding tools here. I'm just waiting on the calipers to show up so I can get them changed. The joys of motoring, JC. I've just done a service on my car, so that's all good. I just need to get the brakes done now on the back. And so I've got the calipers to change, discs and brake pads. So I'll have a go with it, get them done. I said it baffled you, right? I went on GFS, which is Glamorgan Spare Factors around here. £140 they wanted for one caliper. So I went on Amazon, looked at the same caliper, that was 40 quid. I went on eBay, same caliper, 32.99. I had 20% off, it took it down to 25 quid for the same caliper. Don't make sense, does it? I didn't know I was unplugged. As said, JC, I'm a chef. I'm not a mechanic, but we'll have a crack at it. See what we can do. Right. Yeah, I got the tools, Ant. I've got the caliper kit. To wind the calipers back. And it's just the sockets then, so that's nothing really. That's it, JC, that's my issue. Obviously with my back. said, what it's cost me probably about 80 quid to buy all the parts. If you put it into the garage, what's that, Ant? About an hour, hour and a half labour, 2 hours. So there we are, by melting that dross down, getting all the excess lead out of it, that's another 2, 4, 5. So it's taking us to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 70, 2, 4, 6, 8, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 80, 83 ingots out of 19.4 kg. So not too bad at all, guys. Yeah, so yeah, so I've got them. If I can save myself that kind of money, I'll have a crack at it. If I get lost, I've got a mate who can point me in the right way anyway on it. So but yeah, guys, that's now, what is it? Now 11:15, so we're going to call it there. Thank you for tuning in. Said it was just melting it down so we got the ingots ready. That's what we've got. That was 70. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I've probably got another 70 ingots. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Yeah, another 50, 60 ingots sat down by there. Yeah, screwdriver to pop off the back, the handbrake. And then I've got the screw, the actual wind back kit. I've got that. So yeah, I've got everything that I need. It's disc brakes and they're not drums either, so it's easier. Yeah, I bought a full set of the wine backs off Amazon, so it covers all of them. And then the fronts are, they're not wine back, they're push-ins. But I'm not doing the fronts, I'm just doing the backs for now. Yeah, good night, Kojak. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Appreciate the support. I said, guys, that's it. That's all the lead smelted down. So we've just got the bucket of lead to go through next time. But yeah, that's us ready for the next lead making session. Yeah, no worries, Ant. I said I've got Dave, Chelsea's partner. He's ex-mechanic, so I can give him a shout. Or my ex-neighbour, who I bought the car off, said he'd give me a hand, so we'll be good. Right, guys, from me to you, over and out. Thank you very much. Tight lines. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Take care. Good night, all.